Thank you for joining us and being willing to open yourself up and give us your testimony as to what you thought about this course. What is your name, sir?
My name is Bernie Page.
Bernie Page. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And who invited you to take this seminar?
Well, actually, I learned it through my financial advisor, who's Bill Lindeman, doing banking himself. He recommended, he knew Alex Barone. He said, this person is very successful. He has a lot of good ideas. Why don't you go listen to him? Thought that was a good idea, so I did go there. I wanted to meet someone who actually had done it, not just read it or reading a script from somebody else. And Alex has taken the time out of his life to actually try to help people. He's pulled himself up by his bootstraps. And I feel like he had a lot to offer. It's a very visceral response rather than just simply a printed or sterile type of seminar. And it really helped me look at things differently, because I did learn that one of the things that Alex drives into you a lot is that you have to change the way you think and the way you look at things. And I believe that at the end you come to realize that your wants represent what you would like, but your life actually tells you what you believe. And the way you are right now and how things are for you right now tells you really what you believe about yourself, what you think that you can accomplish. And that has to change. So the outside impact of the world, the circumstances that you live in, are not what dictate how well you can do. It's what's inside. And that means you have to do your own housekeeping. You have a lot that you have to change within yourself. But it is, Alex made it very understandable in a step-by-step and a breakdown in a very, very simple and straightforward manner, begin to address those issues. And you have to face them yourself. You have to face who you are and what you are and how you're going to change. But if you do that, you will start to feel and see the difference, and you start to look at things differently. I really have a different perspective on money than I ever had before, and different perspective on how things can be accomplished. It does give you a sense of confidence that no matter where you are or what circumstances you are, you can be in control of how you're going to live your life, and what life by design rather than by circumstance. And I think that's been the most powerful thing in my life, as far as just the way I've changed the way I've thought, and I think that has been really the basis.
And I'd love to hear about that. You said the way that you think about money has changed. So would you mind sharing about what your belief system about money was before this class, and then what it was after you took the class?
Well, a completely different concept of money is not really a thing. It is a concept. It is not a static thing. You don't accumulate it. Money has no soul or has no real tangible thing. It's just a medium of exchange. When you realize that money comes and goes and flows, then you have a better concept of how it works. And you can't just accumulate money. Your money should work for you. You shouldn't be working for money. Your money should be working for you. That is the design of it and the purpose of it. And that is a complete flip from what we normally do. We think we're going to accumulate this much, and then we hope we have enough to last as long as we live.
And with this golden knowledge, how has that changed your life?
Well, number one, it does help on the way you think about money. It does help remove the fear of poverty is actually more constraining than the motivation to be prosperous. That's and right. I think it does help you change when you feel like you don't have to fear that. You can change your circumstances. You're not driven by what's going on outside. You're controlled by what goes on inside. Mm-hmm. And your concept of money is one of the things that you really have to do. It is whether you like it or not, money is a lubricant. It is the thing that makes life happen in many ways. And I don't want to overstate it. Life is not about money, but it is a necessary thing the way oxygen is to life. So I think you have to really get a proper concept of it and ability to believe that you can manage it and control it. But it does take effort. There's no free lunch. You're going to have to put some effort into it. Right. But I think the main thing you do is you have to do it from the inside out.
Right. And I love that you basically have told me that your relationship with money has completely changed, and now you're in control of it instead of it being in control of you.
It works for me. Right. And I like that. They don't complain. They don't take days off. They keep working when you're asleep. I like that. And so it is something where you can begin to control your environment, and you have the opportunity, as Alex is doing, helping other people. You can say, well, I could pass this on. Why can't we all? There's nothing, since there's a limit to prosperity. It doesn't mean every time I'm prosperous, somebody else loses. There is actually a world where you could all be prosperous and, it'd be beneficial to everyone. So the more people know that and think that way, the better we'll be.
So would it be accurate to say that you have a much better clarity about your financial goals?
Absolutely, yes. And it's a work in progress. As you change, you begin to change your goals, and that's fine. You just begin to realize that the limits you set on yourself are a glass ceiling. You can, when Alex talks about 1 billion people, that's possible. And you begin to open your eyes a little bit, believe a little bit bigger, and who knows what's possible. But you set your own standards, you set your own, where do you want to be? And when you start believing, and I mean not hoping, wishing, but actually believing that you can do it, is when the changes begin to take place.
That's right. So would you recommend this seminar to anybody else?
Absolutely. I think that, I want to teach my children. I think if I'd been raised with this kind of mentality, it would have been a huge help not to blunder through life for so long before the light begins to come on. And I agree with Alex, if you can reach the young people, you can begin to make changes. We are in trouble financially, globally and in this country, and if somebody doesn't step up to the plate, but it's a one-by-one sort of a thing.
And would you tell me, what do you think about when you compare the price of this course, when you compare that to the wealth of knowledge that you've learned and you're so enthusiastic, I can see about?
It's a drop in the bucket. It is a gift beyond comparison. So you really the knowledge that you take, what you take away from there is priceless. And I've never even thought from the first day I went there, I thought, this is worth it. I mean, if I just got this one lesson, this was worth the whole price of the seminar, but it goes far beyond that. So,
is there anything else that you'd like to share with us?
No, I think that you really can do this. You really can do this. It does take effort. You are going to, and the hardest thing, I think, is to change yourself. I think the hardest thing is to change yourself, but it's worth it. And you'll stretch, but I want to thank Alex for just opening my eyes and making me look at things differently. I'm kind of a slow starter and a late bloomer, but nevertheless, I don't think of it. I like the old saying says the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago, but the second best time is today.
That's right. Very well said. Well, thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Pleasure meeting you.